a week since President Donald Trump ordered the airstrike that blew Iranian commander Qasem Soleimani into human confetti. 11 days since Iranians collectively dissolved into a state of mourning and inconsolable grief. Grief that might have gone unnoticed by the rest of the world had the American media not stepped up to document it. Thank God CNN was there to capture every heart-wrenching moment as Iranian citizens openly wept for their dearly departed oppressor-in-chief. As grief-stricken mourners paid homage to state images of Soleimani posted in town squares, pouring out their anguish in a flood of condemnation against American imperial... Crap! Was that not the right footage? And you know, here I was given to believe that Iranians hated America and were straight up broken-hearted that we had the audacity to send their top extremists to that giant bacon festival in the sky. Isn't that the line we were all fed for the last week and a half? That Iran was in a state of paralyzing grief over American hostility, that Trump was single-handedly responsible for igniting World War III with his reckless takedown of a beloved Iranian leader. Wasn't that the riff? Because see, here, over on Twitter, here are thousands of Iranians flooding the streets of Tehran and demanding the Ayatollah's head for lying about the downing of a Ukrainian passenger plane by an Iranian ballistic missile. Here they are tearing down posters of Soleimani with nary a tear in sight, except maybe from the smoke after they lit this government billboard on fire. Here are Iranian students refusing to trample American and Israeli flags laid out on the road. And here is the American media covering these protests with the same gusto that they covered all their criticism over the Trump airstrike. This is the media that found enough time to peddle Iranian state propaganda claiming that 30 American soldiers had been killed in Iran's missile strike on U.S. bases. The same media that ran photos of Soleimani's funeral claiming to show thousands of attendees who it later turned out were forced by the government to attend. The same media that described Soleimani as a war hero, a revered figure, and an inspirational military leader.
The loss of Qasem Soleimani is a heavy blow to Iran. He was a war hero, but even many of Soleimani's enemies admitted he was a military genius.
By killing Qasem Soleimani, the US has stripped Iran of an inspirational military leader.
But apparently the media were too busy sucking up to a dictatorial regime in the name of flipping off Trump to give much airtime to the pro-America, anti-government protests by Iranians who are giving an awful lot of credit to Trump right now for taking down one of their most rancid, cancerous scumbags. On Sunday, ABC spent twice as much time discussing the royal family's drama and hyping the Oscars than they did covering these Iranian protests. And with the few seconds that they did give this story, here's what they said.
On a dime, it seems, the Iranian national rage at the U.S. for killing General Qasem Soleimani has been overwhelmed by anger at their own government for mistakenly shooting down that Ukrainian airliner.
Overnight, thousands of Iranians protesting in the streets, not against America, but now against their own government. Outraged over Iran's stunning reversal and admission that its military unintentionally shot down the passenger jet in Tehran Wednesday.
Unfreaking believable. Like we can't all see with our very own retinas exactly what's going on, except that we can. We know that this is just the latest in the giant pile of lies the media machine tries to force-feed us on a daily basis, peddled by sheep whose brains have been so liquefied by Trump derangement syndrome that they couldn't find the truth with both hands and a GPS. Then again, this is also the media that lied about a bunch of Catholic kids, bought into the Jussie Smollett hoax, slandered a SCOTUS justice, peddled debunked Russia conspiracy theories for like 3 years, and have run entire hit pieces on how many scoops of ice cream Trump gets. So it's not like we still thought that they had standards. And that's your Reality Check America. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page, like us on Facebook and Twitter, and stay sane out there.